Good morning.
Ryan.
The weather today is...
Fine.
Some announcements. Don't forget that Phil's samurai sword demonstration is Thursday. Attendance, as always, is mandatory. Also, the cafeteria ice cream machine is now is
no longer operational.
Damn it.
Destination, please.
Perfection.
Destination,
Perfection.
please.
Perfection.
Traveling to perfection. Thank you. Welcome to the Annex.
Hey, do you remember The Adventures of Pete and Pete? It was this live-action Nickelodeon show about two brothers who are both named Pete and live in this cartoony version of New Jersey with a bunch of wacky characters. Anyway, in one episode, it's revealed that the entire town of Wellsville gets their underwear from the same company. All of this underwear is manufactured to perfection and approved by one inspector whose tag is found in every single bag, Inspector 34. And little Pete becomes so fixated on Inspector 34 that he writes to the underwear company to arrange a visit from this guy who finally does show up in the neighborhood one day. Now, at first, having Inspector 34 around rules. His dedication to perfection rubs off on the whole town. Suddenly, people are more efficient, they're happier, Inspector 34 falls in love, everyone discovers how great perfection can be. But then, after a while, of course, people start to get miserable, Inspector 34's girlfriend gets salad in her teeth, everything falls apart. Eventually, little Pete turns on him and challenges the inspector to a gauntlet of perfection-proving tasks, which wraps up with him eating a whole barbecue chicken, which Inspector 34 does to such a degree of perfection that after setting down the last completely bare bone, he refuses Pete's offer of a moisty nap. Of course, this is his fatal mistake.
Barbecues are supposed to be messy. Eating perfectly is imperfect. You fail!
So true, little Pete. What is perfection? Who gets to decide what that is? In a lot of cases, is achieving perfection even practical or possible? Sometimes it's objective, right? There's a defined metric of optimal performance or success, and then someone achieves it. Sometimes it's far more subjective. My perfect sandwich might be completely different from yours. That's where we're headed, to explore all of that, including the sandwiches. We also have Joe Ali with an Annex welcome presentation for you, Jiazhen Zhang and Seth Rosenthal working on something secret, me on one NFL quarterback's perfect passer rating, and Buikema on cricket legend Sir Donald Bradman. But first, let's check in with Jon Bois, who's in the laboratory right now. By the way, thank you so much for tagging along. Here's the deal. Every time we visit the Annex, we'll hit a different floor and explore a new theme just like this. It's going to be very different every time and a lot of fun. The rest of the info is in your orientation packet.
Oh, hey Ryan. Hi everyone. I'm Jon. Today, I'm attempting to design the perfect baseball player. By this, I don't mean the best, most valuable, or most representative baseball player. I simply mean the perfect baseball player. These are the 42 qualities I have identified that the perfect baseball player must present. Number 1, he is a designated hitter. Number 2, he has been a designated hitter his entire life and has never owned a baseball glove. Number 3, he has also never worn a soft baseball cap even once in his entire life. Number 4, he is 47 years old. Number 5, his walk-up music is a recording of himself singing Happy Birthday to himself with no instrumentals. Number 6, his birthday is in the off-season. Number 7, he is an excellent singer, though. Number 8, although he is exclusively left-handed and has no true switch hitting ability, he has taken half his career at bats right-handed because he steps into whichever batter's box is closer. His career statistics have suffered tremendously as a consequence. Number 9. On occasion, he wears a batting helmet without ear flaps to the plate. This type of helmet was made illegal in 1983. Each time he does this and refuses to change his helmet, he is called out by the home plate umpire. This is also a significant contributor to his lifetime batting average of 147. Number 10. He hits an average of 33 home runs per year. Number 11. Despite his terrible batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage, he somehow, to the astonishment of statisticians, tends to rate very highly in advanced metrics. Last season, his wins above replacement, or WAR, was somehow a considerably high 5.7 despite an on-base percentage of .213. How he does this defies all explanation, and he has single-handedly done a great deal to devalue sabermetrics at large. Number 12. He could quite likely approach as many as 55 to 60 home runs per year were he ever to play a full season. He never does because of his numerous suspensions for wearing the helmet with no ear flaps, as well as, number 13, accruing numerous and increasingly long suspensions for charging the outfield and fighting the outfielder who caught his pop fly. Number 14. In a related matter, after recently watching the film Rudy, he called the character Rudy a, quote, little asshole who ruined the movie, and upon learning that Rudy was a real person, issued a challenge to fight him at any time and place of his choosing. Number 15. He has never, however, been suspended for using performance-enhancing drugs, despite it being very visibly apparent that he uses PEDs persistently. It's clear that he's found a cocktail of steroids of unknown origin that is undetectable by any test, although how he's obtained these steroids is entirely unknown. Number 16. His physique is so abnormally muscular that it inhibits his ability to run. Also slowing him down is number 17, his insistence on wearing the exact same back support belt that is issued to Home Depot employees. Number 18, he also wears the exact same safety goggles that are issued to Home Depot employees. Number 19, despite his steroid use, his exercise routine is considerably limited. He exclusively works out on the elliptical machine, and even then he straddles the machine such that his feet are on the floor rather than on the pedals, simply going to town on the handlebars instead. Number 20, he has on multiple occasions evaded pickoffs because the first baseman mistakenly tagged the first base coach instead. Number 21, upon learning that a hit is recorded as soon as he reaches first base and the hit stands even if the runner is thrown out going for extra bases, he is very commonly thrown out after trying to stretch singles into doubles. Number 22, he often tries to incite pickles, many of which result in him being tagged out after diving and rolling around in the dirt trying to evade the tag. Typically, his entire uniform ends up covered in dirt. Number 23, prior to the game, will often take an entire tray of catered food to his locker and eat it using the serving tongs. Number 24, his manager arranges the batting order to accommodate his regular 6th inning bathroom break. Number 25, he's still missed a number of plate appearances on account of this, but fewer ever since he began wearing pants with a tearaway butt flap. Number 26, he missed most of a recent season due to numerous injuries. In the 16th inning of a game in May, with his team having exhausted their bullpen, he was sent in as an emergency pitcher. It was the first time he had thrown a baseball anywhere, for any reason, since 2008. He threw a 106-mile-per-hour beanball and tore an elbow ligament, both ACLs, and most remarkably, the rotator cuff on his non-throwing shoulder. Number 27, afterward, he said that his greatest regret was that this injury precluded him from taking the plate at the bottom of the inning in a pitcher's jacket. Number 28, despite his high home run totals, his batted balls on those home runs have the lowest average distances on record, typically sneaking just barely over the fence near the foul poles where the distance is 330 feet. Number 29, however, he is the most prolific foul ball hitter ever seen. He averages 8 foul balls per plate appearance. His strikeouts have been known to last 6 or 7 minutes, thereby almost single-handedly offsetting the league's efforts to speed up the game. Number 30, he is also the most powerful foul ball hitter ever seen. While his longest ever home run measures only 375 feet, some of his foul balls have been confirmed to land upwards of 600 feet away. Number 31. On opening day some years ago, on his very first swing of the season, he hit what is believed to be one of the longest batted balls in history with a 648-foot foul ball. His bat shattered upon impact, sending fragments of cork all throughout the infield. He was suspended 60 games for corking his bat. Number 32. In June of that year, he returned from his suspension. In his first plate appearance, he swung at a pitch a foot outside with such intensity that he fell down. Despite not making contact, the lid at the end flew off and the bat once again sent cork flying onto the field. He was suspended for the remainder of the season. Number 33. All the same, he was credited for multiple plate appearances that season and as a consequence received his one and only championship ring when his team won the World Series that season. Number 34. When his team was invited to the White House, he insisted upon bringing his $20,000 gaming rig. He is absent from team photos as he was wandering the White House looking for a power outlet. Number 35, he brings this gaming rig, which includes a haptic feedback gaming chair, to the clubhouse for both home and away games. Beat reporters often observe him somehow playing Civilization VI with a joystick. Number 36, he loves chewing tobacco and frequently travels internationally to appear in commercials in countries where advertising chewing tobacco is still legal. Number 37, his most recent trip to the injured list occurred earlier this year when he was once again called upon to be an emergency pitcher in the 17th inning. On his first pitch, the ball slipped out of his hand and flew high in the air backwards behind him. His shortstop managed to field the errant baseball, throw it to first, and pick off the runner for the third out to end the inning. Number 38, in the bottom of the inning, then, he at long last was able to fulfill his dream of making a plate appearance in a pitcher's jacket. Leading off the inning, he hit a single to right field. A series of throwing errors allowed him to advance all the way around the bases and toward home plate. Having never slid before, he opted to belly flop directly on top of home plate. He fractured 2 of his ribs after falling directly on top of the can of dip he carried in his front jacket pocket. Nonetheless, he scored the game-tying run that advanced the game to the 18th inning. Number 39. When the team's athletic trainer observed him and determined he was able to walk, he nonetheless refused to walk and demanded to be loaded into the team's bullpen car and carried off the field. After the umpiring crew threatened to assess a first-of-its-kind delay of game penalty if he did not leave the field in short order, the team decided to send out the bullpen car. This bullpen car had not been used since 1987. It was a golf cart fashioned to look like a very large baseball. Upon igniting the engine, the car's loudspeaker played tunes such as Hot Cross Buns and London Bridge is Falling Down on loop and at ear-splitting volume. Number 41. After some effort, he was loaded into the car, which broke down 10 feet into its journey to the left field fence. However, personnel were unable to disable the loudspeaker. Most of the remaining fans in attendance headed for the exit as his teammates spent 15 minutes struggling to push the rusted-out bullpen car through the outfield. Number 42. Halfway to the fence, he frantically waved his arms outside of the car, demanding it to stop. After an inaudible yet animated argument between he and his teammates lasted several minutes, a bat boy was finally summoned from the dugout. He ran to the car in the outfield and handed him a fresh can of dip, as well as his favorite spit cup, a 32-ounce tactical thermos with camouflage print. It is labeled, conspicuously and in all caps, "Do not drink, not beer." These are the 42 qualities I have outlined to describe my interpretation of the perfect baseball player. Since he has not yet presented himself, the sport of baseball must conclude until he does. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for checking out this sneak preview of our new podcast, The Annex, and a special thanks to our top secret agents. Those are the $10 patrons whose names you're seeing on screen right now. The Annex is something new we're trying, and you can get full access to that, as well as new episodes of Jon's series Pretty Good, Dorktown columns, mailbag access, and much more for only $5 a month on our Patreon. We'll also occasionally be posting segments of The Annex right here on YouTube so that everyone gets a little taste. And if you want more free stuff, well, one of these other videos ought to do the trick.